Welcome in, Gemini. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. For those of you that are new, welcome in, guys. Hope everybody's doing awesome. Happy New Year. Hope you had a great holiday season if you do celebrate. As always, guys, this is going to be your general, is your mid-month, so it is your shorter read, but I did actually do a yearly forecast for you. So if you have not checked out that reading, I highly recommend it because it does go through each month starting in January 2026 all the way to the end of the year. So I would suggest maybe like pinning that reading some way, somehow, just so you have access to it. Because, I do put out a fair amount of content. So going back, trying to find that reading. So it might be a good idea to pin that if you're interested in that. As always, general readings, just keep that in mind. This is going to be for sun, moon, rising, any sign in Gemini. So Gemini, I did pull your cards. I'm going to clarify with tarot. I'm going to get some advice as well from spirit, pull some Scrabble tiles and some hidden messages from your person at the end of the reading. So especially if you're in no contact with somebody. So I'm going to dive on in here. I definitely, right off the get-go here, I feel like for a lot of you, you're really at the end of a long-term relationship and or marriage. Some of you might be on a different timeline. So for some of you, this might be fairly fresh. And for others of you, you're already like the decision has been made. I feel like the two of you are now really in the energy of like separating your lives. You do have somebody on your mind, and that's not the person from the past. This is somebody either that is brand new that you're interested in, or this, I feel like for a lot of you, you already know who this person is. I see it, Gemini. I know that you know who this person is. You're coming through here in your energy. Your first card here out is the Page of Swords. So this really talks about you're quite curious about somebody. Could possibly be a fire sign. We have Gemini right off the get-go coming out. Could be dealing with another Gemini, possibly a fire sign, possibly a Libra and or an Aries. It doesn't have to be, but that's just the energy coming through. So really curious about this situation or this person. I feel like if you are watching somebody's social media, obviously you already know who this person is. Very intimate connection between the two of you. So I do feel like this is somebody that you definitely may have met the right person at the wrong time kind of energy, especially if this does apply, if you definitely are what I described at the beginning of your reading, getting out of a past long-term relationship and or marriage. And I feel like that is the case for a lot of you. And if you're not, this just really talks about you not really being in the energy of wearing your heart on your sleeve, or not you being able to kind of take that risk in love with this person. And I do feel like this person, right person, wrong time kind of energy. I just feel like in the past, either you weren't ready to take that leap of faith, but you've never really stopped caring and or being curious about where this may have gone, or could this relationship grow into the Ten of Cups here. So again, take it how it resonates, because this is a general read. If you are in need of a personal read, feel free to reach out to me. It's just sayitsoultarot@gmail.com. But I feel like for a lot of you, really wanting to have a brand new fresh start here in love with this person, and you're going to know why you clicked on this reading, and that's who this reading is about. And again, I mentioned it could be a fire sign, possibly coming through here with the Queen of Wands. And I mean, the Queen of Wands is somebody that is very attractive. So I feel like this person, you are highly attracted to this person in a physical sense as well. I do feel like there's something very curious about this person, or kind of gives me the energy of you not really knowing a lot about this person. So I feel like, if you did meet this person in the past, Gemini, or you had a crush on this person, and again, things like right person, wrong time, I feel like you're curious. Definitely could be watching their social media. If you guys have mutual friends in common as well, you could be asking, kind of discreetly, is this person single? Are they like involved with somebody as well? You might be skulking on their social media to find that answer out as well. Again, you'll know if you've been doing that or not. But it looks to me like the mutual energy, it is mutual. I feel like there is mutual attraction still that exists currently to date here in this reading. So this person is highly attracted to you as well, Gemini. And again, I feel like there is a little bit of a gap or a distance here. As you can see in the Knight of Cups here, he's, riding on this white horse, coming towards this person with a cup of love. As you can see in these two cards, he's got her, he's got his back to her. So I feel like for a lot of you, you definitely may not have told this person how you truly felt. For some of you, it could be physical distance, so emotional and physical distance. Somebody, and I feel like this is you, Gemini, feel free to, switch sides and or energies if you feel like I'm talking about your person. But basically, there's a big gap here. There's a river and there's some mountains. So I do feel like there's, you guys do have some obstacles to overcome. Somebody has to, show up in a vulnerable way. And again, I feel like this is you, Gemini, needing to kind of like put your heart on your sleeve here and kind of take a chance in love towards this person, possibly to let this person know how you actually truly feel about them. That might be hard to do. Your person's coming through here with the Queen of Swords, the Page of Wands, and the Eight of Swords. I feel like this person and you, the last conversation that you had, could have been definitely a difficult one. Could have been a little bit very black and white. I feel like this person is not the type of person, this Queen of Wands, and again, male or female, don't get caught up in gender. This person, this possible fire sign that you're dealing with, I feel like they don't mince words. I feel like you and this person had a pretty open conversation. This person made it very clear to you kind of maybe what they expect in a relationship. I feel like they were open to spending time with you and possibly still exploring this relationship or where things could go. But there definitely is some anxiety around that now. Like currently right now, there's a little bit of anxiety around that. And I feel like it's really around, if you show up again towards this person, Gemini, I feel like you know that you need to show up with love in a loving way. It's not just the physical attraction. I feel like there's a lot more going on beneath the surface between you and this person. I feel like this person mentally stimulates you as well. I don't feel like it's 100% like a physical thing, if that makes sense. But because I feel like for a lot of you, it could have definitely just been a physical thing or something that was kind of supposed to be kept light, something that was supposed to be casual. Your person that you're dealing with here, the person that you want to move towards here with this cup of love, they are in the energy of, a little bit anxiety. There's a little bit of anxiety around that. And I feel like that's because this person definitely may have said to you, hey, Gemini, I care about you. I have feelings for you. I'm really attracted to you. I really want to explore this relationship. And I feel like for a lot of you, either you weren't ready for that, or you were, possibly in another relationship or another connection, and were really not in the position to put in the time and the effort that was needed towards this person. And for others of you who didn't have a past person or you weren't in a past relationship, this is just you really being in the energy like, I want to be free. I don't really want to be tied down. I just want to be able to come and go and do as I please. And because of those actions in the past, that's why this person is a little bit, has a little bit of anxiety about if you make a move towards them, because they're more concerned. They want this with you. They want the 10 of Cups. They want to be in a long-term relationship that's happy, that's healthy, that's long-term. And, you coming towards them here in the King of Wands energy, again, this is physical, right? That's not what they only want. They want the whole package, right, with you. And I feel like in the past you were unable to give that to them. So if you make a move now and you come towards this person, Gemini, is this what you want as well now? Do you want the 10 of Cups with this person? Because I feel like you know what this person wants. I feel like you and this person had an honest, open conversation about what they wanted, and that's why things didn't move forward, because the two of you, I don't feel like, were on the same page possibly at that time. And again, for others of you, it was because you were in another connection, and for others of you, it was just simply that you wanted to stay in your comfort zone here and not either have to put in a lot of time or a lot of effort, or you're just comfortable the way that your life was and you didn't really want to make some big changes, maybe to include somebody in your life or to be in a higher level type committed relationship. So I feel like by the time we get to the end of January here, I feel like, you're obviously interested in this person. You're obviously wondering if the two of you can have a brand new start here. And again, I feel like this person's anxiety is going to be a little bit raised if you do reach out to them. And I feel like it's not because they don't care about you or that they don't want to be with you. So if this person kind of comes across as being maybe a little bit cool, if you do reach out to them, like via text message or something, just make sure. I feel like the two of you are going to need to have a conversation pretty early on about really what you're wanting and really where you're at, Gemini. And if you're, really in the energy now of stepping up, I mean, I feel like that's why the Tower's here, but we will clarify a card on that because we have the Six of Pentacles, which really talks about, balance, equal give and take, or reciprocity, and, you kind of going back and forth here, trying to figure out, is this really something that I want? Do I really want to step up here? Do I see myself as being this person's emperor? And again, male or female, don't get caught up in the gender here, guys. But so I feel like that's really what's going on here. We're just going to pull some more cards here. Just going to give these a quick shuffle. Tell me more about Gemini's energy here with the Page of Wands, the Lovers, and this Ace of Cups. Why is Gemini in this current energy? All right, let's see what we get. Tell me more about this energy that Gemini's in, Spirit. All right, so we have the World card coming out. The King of Cups. Yeah, I do feel like for a lot of you, there definitely could have been, some concern about the ending that you had with this person or how your last conversation went with this person. I feel like you're kind of wondering as well, like, does this person still have feelings for me? I still have feelings for them. The King of Cups is, trying to kind of like come to terms with their feelings. So I feel like right now you're really in the energy again, being curious about, is it too late? Can we really have a new beginning, a new start? How does this person currently feel about me? There could definitely be distance between the two of you here, which I was already picking up on for some of you with that Knight of Cups, that, emotional and or possibly physical distance for some of you. Could be possibly dealing as well with an Aquarius, a Taurus, a Leo, or a Scorpio with that World card. So let's see what we get on the mutual energy. Tell me about the Queen of Wands and the Knight of Cups here. Why is this the mutual energy between Gemini and this person? So we have the Eight of Wands and the Hierophant. Yeah, I feel like, this person wants to be in a committed relationship. This person wants to, they definitely may have communicated this to you. Like, this isn't just casual for me. I have deep feelings for you, Gemini. I really want us to be together. But in order to move things forward here, somebody needs to be a little bit more committed. Or, the Hierophant card can really talk about commitment, right? That's generally kind of what it's known for, especially in a love reading. So let's see your person's energy. Tell me more about the Queen of Swords, the Page of Wands, and this Eight of Swords. Why is this showing up? Why is this showing up for the person on Gemini's mind? We have the King of Wands, which is up above, which also came out. That's one thing about using another deck that I really love. Yeah, again, I feel like this person, they really do have a lot of passion towards you. They really were and are still hoping that the two of you can work things out here and have success together. Definitely, I feel like this is a pretty fiery, passionate relationship that you have with this person. So that's probably why, Gemini, you haven't, stopped thinking about this person. You can't really maybe figure out why. Like, what is it about this connection? Why can't I leave it alone? Why does this person as well still want to be with me, especially if you had a rough ending together? There could be a lot of questions around that. Let's get some cards on this Ten of Cups and King of Wands. We do have a match coming out with like King of Wands and Queen of Wands. So we have the Five of Cups, the King of Pentacles, the Two of Swords, and the Nine of Wands. I feel like there was a lot of maybe if you were in another relationship, because we have the King of Pentacles now coming out twice. For some of you, definitely have regrets maybe about a decision, about your past decision, about you deciding that this was, you know, too much work, or this was going to be too much work at the time. Again, I'm feeling like there's regret about not, you know, maybe taking an opportunity to grow this relationship with this person in the past. As well, for some of you, if you were in another connection or in a full-on, you know, marriage with somebody, then this is you. Again, you would have needed to walk away from that in order for the two of you to be together, and that definitely could have been a lot of stress. That might have been something you didn't really want to face at the time, or maybe you felt like it was best for you to, you know, stay in some old past relationship and or marriage to try and work things out. Whatever that was for you, it just looks to me like it was stressful, and there's a lot of regret, I feel, maybe on both sides, if that makes sense. So regret maybe that you didn't take an opportunity in the past to see where this relationship could go. And then for others of you, if you were in another connection and it would have required you to leave that, you know, a family situation, at the time it just seemed very overwhelming and you were unable to do that, and you might, again, regrets. I'm getting like strong regret energy off of that. Tell me about the Tower here. What's the Tower here coming at the end of January? What's the Tower here? So we have the Nine of Swords, the Two of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like for some of you, you might not even be completely divorced yet. And that's going to be a big decision, right? Like that's a life-changing decision. Or, you know, you're already in the middle of that separation and or divorce, and, you know, you definitely might find yourself feeling really alone right now. You might be lonely. You might be wanting to reach out to this person because, you know, you're feeling alone, if that makes sense, or feeling like you need somebody to talk to. Maybe this person was a really easy person for you to share your feelings with, or a safe place for you to, you know, share your feelings with. Tell me more about the Six of Pentacles, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Emperor. Why is this coming out? So we have the Nine of Cups. All right, I wanted to hit the floor. The King of Swords. Can I get one more card after the King of Swords? And the Three of Cups. Yeah, I feel like, you know, that really is your wish here. Maybe, like, I feel like not, you know, Nine of Cups is wish fulfillment. And the King of Swords, I feel like, you know, you're seeing clearly maybe now that you do maybe want to spend some time with this person, maybe get to know them better before you, you know, possibly start dating other people, and kind of just see where things go. Like, I feel like you're feeling like you kind of owe it to yourself to explore this relationship, if that makes some sense, especially if you feel like this person didn't get a fair shot. And that could have definitely been what this Tower is that you realizing that what happened in the past maybe wasn't fair to this person. So, you know, if you were in another connection, Gemini, no judgment from me, but I do feel like there definitely could have been an unfair, this person could have definitely been treated unfairly in some way, and that definitely could be weighing, or it has been weighing heavily on you, what happened the last time the two of you saw each other, or what went down between the two of you, what created this ending in the past. And I feel like maybe moving forward, you want to make sure that you do have the right intentions, that you do want to spend time with this person, because the last thing you want to do is like hurt this person again, moving forward, which, I really love that, Gemini. I feel like, that's a really, um, I feel like you actually really do care about this person and you're trying to do the right thing. And again, for some of you, doing the right thing in the past might have been difficult, could have been difficult to, end a past long term marriage if you were in one. Might have been difficult for you to walk away from that. And, this person could have been, there's always like a casualty, right? Nobody really gets off scot free. You don't, your past person doesn't if you were in another relationship. And same with the person that you were interested in. And again, it looks to me like that definitely could have got cut short, or never really fully explored. But that attraction was there, that flirtation was there. Uh, and now you're really in the energy of like, okay, if I'm going to do this thing, I need to do it the right way. So I do love that. I feel like there's a certain amount of thoughtfulness that's really going into your thinking process. So I admire that and respect that, um, for you guys. And I feel like you are kind of coming to the decision here that you do really want to spend time with this person and possibly see where things go, and not maybe be so, maybe you were really closed off to that in the past for whatever reason. And for those of you that didn't have a past person, whoever this Queen of Cups might have been, if you didn't have a past person, this is just really you being in the energy of like, I don't want to hurt this person again. I need to make sure that I'm going to really be all in, that I'm really willing to put in the time and the effort to get this relationship off the ground. One step at a time, though, I feel like just one step at a time here, Gemini. Let this person know that, you want to spend time together, reach out to them. I feel like be very forthcoming about what it is that you're really wanting now, because I do feel like this person is going to possibly ask you, like, why are you coming around now? What are you really wanting? What has really changed in this situation? Um, but it looks to me here like I feel like you're kind of up for the challenge. So I really love that. I feel like you're the emperor here. You're ready to kind of like step up. Um, but I feel like at the end of January, there's kind of like this lead up to feeling comfortable to, you know, take to be pretty bold. I feel like you're wanting to be really bold with this King of Wands energy, the Emperor. That's like very masculine energy. Like, I'm going to, throw caution to the wind and take a chance here because I don't want to lose this person. And I feel like you've already lost this person once, so you might really be in the energy of like, I don't want to lose them again. I need to make a smart decision and need to make sure that I'm all in before I do anything, that I don't want to have any regrets is really what I'm getting. Not this time. Not this time, I'm hearing. You don't want to have any regrets this time. So I love this for you, Gemini. Let's just ask. I'm just going to ask, like, how receptive is this person going to be if Gemini takes action? How receptive is this person going to be if Gemini takes some action? I feel like they are going to be a little shocked here. That definitely could be what the Tower is. So we have Judgment coming out. Shocks about second chances, making a decision. The Star. Aw, I really love that. I feel like this person is open to hearing from you, Gemini. We have the Six of Swords. So that really talks about getting to calmer shores, getting through this rough patch that the two of you have had. So if you've been in no contact for a while after this ending happened, I feel like this person is really in the energy of wanting to heal things with you. I feel like their wish here is to spend time with you as well. So I feel like, you know what, don't be worried. I mean, still come with good intentions here, Gemini, but I feel like this person's definitely open to hearing from you, especially if you, show up in a vulnerable kind of way. I feel like that would go a long way, healing the situation with this person. So I love that, Gemini. This looks really nice. Again, I feel like, it's just going to take a little bit of bravery on your part here. When I pulled your advice, you got the guides card and water, actually. So listen to that intuition. I feel like, be vulnerable. show a little bit of emotion here with that water card. And I feel like you can't go wrong, if that makes sense. And again, I feel like this person's open to hearing from you. I feel like it's going to turn out a lot better than you maybe anticipated. Or again, I do feel like you're going to need to wear your heart on your sleeve a little bit. Maybe you owe this person an apology for what's happened in the past. But I definitely feel like the two of you can get there. So I love that. I'm a sucker for a love story. This looks really nice. So let's get some messages from the Lover Oracle. See what comes through. I have to split this deck in half. So if you watch my readings, you know that. Because this deck's too big. All right. Messages. Messages to Gemini from this person. We have emotions overwhelm me. This could also be you. I feel like for some of you, it definitely could be you. What is the truth? So I feel like this person kind of wants to know the truth. Definitely this person was hurt in the past with painful memories. Maybe there's a specific moment that's hard for this person to think about when the two of you were together. All right, we have I can't do this right now. It is dark without you. So they are missing you, Gemini. I might pull a card here on I can't do this right now just to see what comes out. What do you see in me? I wish I could be fully honest with you. So I do feel like this person's been holding back as well. And then we have you are too nice. I don't deserve your kindness. So I don't know. I feel like, that might be how you might be feeling, Gemini, if it was you. Again, feel free to flip this reading around. All right, so let's pull some Scrabble tiles, see what letters come out for you guys. If I see any words, I'll definitely mention them. Oh yeah, I was going to pull a card on I can't do this right now. So just give me 1 sec before I forget. All right, so letters. We have a K, C, letter L, another C, letter E, a W, an M, a Y. I'm seeing Kelvin right off the get-go here, so that might be meaningful for somebody. Letter P, letter T. Somebody might have multiple pets. We have an O, an H, letter F, another M, an N, a D. I'm also seeing Nike. We have a letter Q and an R. So again, R, Q, D, N, K, C, L, C, E, W, M, Y, P, T, S, O, H, F, and an M. And then I'm just going to pull a card here on I can't do this right now. Why is this card showing up? Why is this card showing up? The card almost came out. Why is this card here, Spirit? Two of Wands. All right, I feel like this person, the reason this card is coming out is because this person does still, they may need to make a decision that might hurt somebody else. We have the Three of Swords. So I don't know, Gemini, this person might be maybe dating somebody else. They might have to make a decision between you and someone else, which is funny because I feel like for a lot of you, that was you in the past. And now I do feel like this person might be in the energy of having to make a tough decision between you and someone else. And that's going to be a hard thing to do, So just keep that in mind. And that might be one of the questions when you reach out to this person. and ask them, you know, like, are you single? Are you like seeing somebody? And again, I feel like for a lot of you Geminis, you've been trying to maybe figure that out by looking at their social media and or possibly asking questions about them. I still don't feel like you should defer. I feel like you should still follow your heart in the situation, Gemini, and see what happens, because I feel like this person really is missing you. They are wanting to explore this with you, heal this relationship with you. So I feel like at the end of the day, don't be dissuaded because that came out, if that makes sense. You know, leave it up to this person to make that decision. So hopefully this message helped you guys. I do these readings for you guys. So if you could drop me a comment, I'd love to hear from you. I respond to all my comments as well. If you'd like to be notified when I have new content out, make sure you hit the subscriber button, that notifications bell, and take care, guys. I will see you in February.